Mikey T from Skell.
Hey, this is Jeff from the Bell Jumpers.
Probably just be awesome.
This is Jessica for the band Dimitus. You're listening to Pennsylvania Rock Show.
Hey, it's Bill. You're tuned into the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 747. We're coming at you on buildthescene.com, musicfrom412.com, xrpradio.co.uk out of Scotland, megarockradio.net, and 107.1 KFGD out of St. Louis, Missouri, and Rootaroo Radio out of Texas and California. We just heard new songs to the show, two of them, Rocket Loves Blue and their track The Boogeyman, and Die Tired and their track Better Off Alive. With me for this episode, I have members of Right On Warrior. Are we all there? Because on my other screen, I only see 3 windows, but I'm seeing 4, so I think we're good.
Yep.
So how about we start, Monica, I'll let you do introductions. That way you can, we don't get too lost on this.
Yeah, cool. Hey, everyone. I'm Monica. I'm the bass player. That's Jim, vocals, and third guitar. We got John on drums, Matt on lead guitar, Chris on vocals, and some leads. He likes to think he's the lead.
And our drummer has a guitar hanging in his house, so we might go
That's we try to be confusing.
So in my show notes, and I kind of gave this away last episode, I kind of typed some stuff into AI and then hit go, and then whatever it says is what I go with. So if anything seems a little off in there, I didn't do it. But
we're usually a little off, so it's okay.
Yeah, that fits with us.
So some of the things that it mentioned that we should talk about. I'm doing this 747 episodes, and now I'm letting AI take over. No. So
it's like how.
So specifically, you mentioned punk and metal when you talk about your band. What artist would you say have influenced you the most out of those genres?
We put together a little playlist one time just for fun, but it's on our, I think it's like on our social media, where each member of the band picked, I think, 4 or 5 songs that most influenced the way they play or the way they write. And I'll let everybody speak for themselves, but there was stuff on there as varied as Iron Maiden and Megadeth, to Big Star, to The Police, to Bad Religion, and Superchunk and Face to Face and that sort of thing. For me, I think I had Social Distortion on there, but I think I also had I don't even know which ones are mine, which ones were other people. But I'd say I'm probably the one most solely influenced by punk, because I don't listen to much other stuff, but other people listen to a wider variety of stuff, including metal.
I think people ask us, like, what do we sound like, or what influenced us? And it is the weird combination of all 5 of us listen to something on the spectrum of punk to metal, and that to indie to alternative. And when you mix it all together, that becomes us.
Now, question, like, these first couple questions are kind of like normal interview questions. I'm going to lull you into thinking that's what we're going to do tonight. Where did the band name come from?
I think Jim came up with it.
Yeah, well, it came up with it because we practice at our drummer's house, and on the way to his house, you have to turn right on Warriors Avenue. So I just thought it sounded funny, and it was catchy, so everybody seemed to like it. So it became Right on Warriors. It's a street, but we kind of moved away from. We used to have like stickers with street signs on it and stuff, but we kind of moved away from it, and now it's just a name. But that's the origin of it.
I would have never guessed.
Somebody at a show was like, "Hey, my GPS always says your band name because they always tell me to make it Right on Warriors." So, but we kind of adopted the imagery from the movie The Warriors as well. So, you know, I guess that's a lot. People ask us about that a lot too.
We like to think of ourselves as like a gang in vests.
Vests are not shown right now, but yeah.
Yeah. Waiting for the right time to pull that out.
So I grabbed your new live album off of Music from the 412's contact form today when I got home. And it was 12 tracks, and I think is that on vinyl?
Yes.
And I am,
Go
ahead.
Paul Neal with Katsulu Productions. People probably know him. I actually have a copy right here.
And ready for TV.
But he put it out on vinyl. It's available on his website. We have some copies too. If anybody's at one of our shows, they can buy one.
I always attempt to not say the name of his company.
It's scary.
Yeah. I don't know if it's German or if it's what it is, but Katsulu or probably close enough.
It is linked on our link tree, which is right below me in the video, link.ee/right.on.warriors, for those of you not watching the video. And their other album, Wake Up, is also linked there. And some show information. And you know what? While I'm talking about that, why don't I hold on here. I lost some members of the band, but we can show the LinkedIn real quick. So up top, we have the link to the Live from 222 Ormsby Volume 5 vinyl album. And some other things. An episode of a podcast with, I'm not going to mess Chris's name up. Mixed Madness from Mr. Smalls, your upcoming show, some of your social media. So there, we'll just bring us back. But again, it's linktree/right.on.warriors for those of you that are not watching the video and won't see it for the next 40 minutes. So what we're going to do here in a little bit more than a minute is I'm going to play a track off of both of those albums. We're going to play Friday Night from Wake Up, and then we're going to play Buzz in My Ear from the live album. And when we come back, what I'm going to have you do is pick one of those songs and do like an MTV Storytellers. So you tell us a little bit about how your influences play in there, what the recording process was like, you know, just whatever you can think of that might interest the viewers and listeners. Cool?
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so we're going to take that first. Sorry, go ahead.
We'll try to get our story straight in the meantime.
Yeah, they're both Chris's songs, so
All right, so we're going to take our first break, listen to those two tracks, and we will be right back. What's up? It is time to give away 2 tickets to Justin Fabus with the Borsta Boys at the Craft House Stage and Grill. That is Saturday, November 30th. Doors are at 6:30. The show starts at 8:30. $15, $20 if you are going to purchase tickets. This is an all ages event. What you need to do for these type of giveaways is head over to musicfrom412.com/contest and to enter. It's pretty self-explanatory. We had 3 people sign up for this week's contest. They are Keith Laydig, Kathy Janeski and Nikki Praza. I have their names on the wheel up above me right there. I'm going to hit the shuffle button once, twice, and then we're going to spin and find out who the winner is of those 2 tickets to see Justin Fabus and the Borsta Boys on November 30th. And that is Keith Laydig. So, Keith, you've won a handful of times. You know to watch your email for information on how to get those tickets. Everybody else, head to musicroom412.com/contest for your chance at other shows. We added 3 new ones yesterday, including Nonpoint at Preserving Underground, Bill Toms and the Eris Paul Band at Jurgles, and the Lynch Mob with a Common Crown at Jurgles. Those are January and February dates, so you have plenty of time to enter. We will be right back with the Right On Warriors. Hey, so we are headed into segment number 2. While we were off the air, I have to say one of them said that they're interested in finding out what their songs are about. So that is where we're headed. We're going to learn along with the band what the song is about. Hey, so
Which one?
Whichever one you want to talk about, or both if you want.
So I guess I'll start by saying all of us write songs. Those 2 just happen to be ones that I wrote, but everybody in the band writes songs, and any of the like production credits or whatever always just say all songs by Right On Warriors. Friday Night was actually a song that I'd written. Like, Monica and I were in a band with some other people we grew up with back in the 90s, and that was a song that was played with that band. So I kind of took another look at it years and years later, and we used it for this band. Buzz in My Ear, I think by that time, you kind of evolve as a band, and when you're writing, so at least I do this when I'm writing songs, I kind of think, this part sounds like a part that would really be good for Matt to play, or I'll bet on this part, John, our drummer, can really like do something cool. So it's got a lot of different changes and a lot of different parts, and it was kind of, you start hearing your bandmates in your own mind when you're writing a song and thinking, there'd be an awesome bass line right here, or maybe I'll just leave this part open so Monica could put a great bass line in it. So that song, I think, is more evolved because you start hearing in your mind what your band sounds like, what other people in your band are capable of and can do. And what it was about, really, Buzz in My Ear, Song in My Head, it was just about from playing shows and practicing so much, and then your head hurts and your ears are ringing afterwards.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Oh yeah, in the best way. It's just like, So the moral of the story is wear earplugs, I guess.
I wish you would have told me that about 30 years ago.
Yeah, really.
I've been taking photos of bands since my early 20s, and only recently did I go, I bet if I wore earplugs, my ears wouldn't ring all the time.
Yeah,
I know,
really.
it's one of those things when you're young, like nobody can really tell you that until you get to be older, and then you realize it's true. My inspiration for starting to play bass was Laura Balance from Superchunk, and she's a good example that she can't play live shows anymore because of her hearing loss. And so yeah, it's crazy to lose musicians like that. It is hard to play with earplugs, so I understand it. That's why we wear a hat.
Since you mentioned an inspiration, did the rest of you want to mention? Or let me ask this question. We'll do it this way. Can you think of the point in your life when you realized that you wanted to be a musician?
I'll take this
Yes,
one.
I
can. Is it a story you can tell?
Well, yeah, my dad, he played in bands my whole life. So I grew up going to shows and watching him play. So I kind of knew from like as long as I can remember that I wanted to play on stage, and he always had, you know, instruments and stuff. So it was, I think I picked one up when I was 10, but I couldn't hold it up for very long because it was very heavy. So probably about 14 before I actually could hold a guitar long enough to play it for a whole song.
Anybody else?
Yeah,
remember?
his dad's a very cool bass player, so he's better than all of us. Yeah.
I hope he's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I got my first guitar when I was in 8th grade, which was in 1994, and that was after I'd been listening to thrash metal albums, and the grunge music started to pick up. So I was listening to a lot of that music and just wanted to emulate that, play that kind of music. So I got a guitar. So I'd say 8th grade was probably the time.
I've kind of a backward experience because I got a drum set when I was
Can't
in
hear
high
him.
school.
Can you guys hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear.
You
Try
good?
again.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yeah, it's not coming through for me. I don't know
What?
what's going on. Hold on here. Oh yeah, and he's not showing up in my software that we logged into either, so I can't even go and try and tweak anything.
Oh, well.
Chris, you could do yours.
What's that?
Said you could do yours.
Oh, me and my friends listened to rap in junior high, and we would try to rap and like make rap tapes. But
Yeah, those are hidden tracks on our album if you want to get a hold of it.
yeah, but other than that, playing guitar, I think, is kind of the same story as everybody. Early 90s. Well, actually, you know, when I was a little kid, I started with skateboarding, listening to all the kind of skate punk at the time, which was sort of, I guess, kind of the crossover thrash stuff Matt was talking about, DRI, Agnostic Front, that sort of thing. But after the rap period was when punk and grunge and all that stuff was coming on, and I guess all of our high school friends all got guitars and started playing.
Hey, you want to try one more time?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Bummer.
We hear him perfectly. We'll translate. We'll do like sign language.
Well, his story is we needed a drummer, so we made him play drums over and over.
Well, that kind of explains the guitar behind him then.
We're like, put that guitar down right now and start playing these drums.
I don't know, do you want to try and disconnect and reconnect?
Sure.
Okay. So while he's doing that, I'll ask another question. If I'm going to give you're leaving a gig and there's a DeLorean sitting outside with its door open and a flux capacitor in the back, and you can go anywhere in time and hang out with any band. What year are you headed to, and what band are you going to hang out with?
That's an awesome question.
That is a good
I'm
question.
trying to think of where we've played where you can get up to 88 miles an hour afterwards.
They'll make fun of me, but I'll say mine because they already know what it is. But I'm a huge like Springsteen fan, so I would go back to like, you know, mid 70s and you know, to like up and down the Jersey Shore and just kind of be in that scene of like early, you know, rock and roll on the East Coast on the shore. Play with Bruce.
Yeah, is the question hang out with or like see them play or both?
Well, I mean, either or, because in the movie he ends up playing with the band at the dance, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Matt, that's your dream, right? To play with the band in Back to the Future.
Yeah. Chuck Berry and friends. or Chuck Berry's cousin, actually.
Marvin Berry.
Marvin Berry. Yeah.
What's the line? Watch me for the changes to try to keep up, something like that.
Yes, that's exactly the line. All right, so I now see you in the software, but it shows me a little microphone. Now it's going. Try talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Awesome.
So his
Okay.
punishment is he has to answer the Back to the Future question.
What? I missed the question. What was the question?
So there's a DeLorean outside your gig with the flux capacitor. You can go back in time and hang out with any band or play with them. Who you're going to hang out with and when?
It's a good question. We always used to go see this band at Vail in the 90s. And I was younger than the rest of the group. So I was too young to have gone the one time they went to Cleveland and saw Vail and got to hang out with them before the show. So I guess I would say I would go back and rejoin them at that point.
Yeah, you missed a killer night.
I did.
So I'm going to ask you one more question, and then we're going to take our second break. We'll stick with movie themes. So you're sitting on a bench without a box of chocolates, but your musical idol sits down beside you, and you want them to bore you, kind of like Forrest Gump bored that poor person. What question are you going to ask your idol to get them talking? So first, tell me who you're sitting next to, and what that question is that you're going to ask them. I feel like I need to have a Jeopardy song button when I ask this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the Brady Bunch opening credits, like looking at.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I'll go first. I don't know about Idol or anything like that, but I think it would be cool. I've always been a huge Fugazi fan, and the kind of iconic video now that was when Guy from that band climbed up inside the basketball hoop and was singing mid-song, hanging upside down from the basketball hoop. I'd kind of like to try something like that one day on stage, but I'd kind of want to ask him, just ask him, was that spur of the moment? Was it all adrenaline? Had you planned it out before? Like what was your thought process in hanging upside down from a basketball hoop and singing the song?
I like it.
Good one.
Anybody else want to go next?
So we're looking for venues that have basketball hoops.
My thing is like, just what does it feel like? I mean, I don't know, like specifically who I would ask. I would ask anyone, but just, I don't know, like that feel. I'm always interested in like, how do you like make the most of every moment? So, I would just kind of want to say like, what gigs did you play, or, what shows like really stand out in your mind as like something that like was life-changing or really like made you feel alive. I just like, I love to hear stories about that. I watch a lot of documentaries and just kind of trying to understand like what it must have been like to be, like just an iconic person at a perfect time in music history. And like, like what did you gain from that? Or what do you take away from it? So.
Oh, I thought of my DeLorean one. Can I do the DeLorean one?
Sure.
You have to go back in time to answer that question.
You still have the DeLorean. I didn't take it from you.
Oh, good. So I'm going back to 1983, San Francisco, when the thrash metal scene is starting, right when Cliff Burton joined Metallica. And that's the show I would want to go to. All right,
That's
cool.
a good answer.
Was Dave Mustaine the bass player before that? Who was the bass player before him?
It was a nobody guy, but Dave Mustaine was in the band. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope he's not listening, that nobody guy, because I think he's still alive. Yeah.
Hey, anybody else want to answer that question? The Forrest Gump one?
Yeah, sure. So I think the coolest thing playing shows is if you see people dancing in the audience. So while it might not be a huge musical influence on me, it would be great to talk to the funk greats, Bootsy Collins, James Brown, to ask them, how do you do it? How do you get people to move, to groove, and dance?
That's like our biggest thing. Like when someone dances to a song, we're like, look, it happened.
Well, yeah, not our last show, the one before that, all these people were dancing, and then they all at once like went and sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like
But they
studying
came
that.
back up, I think.
I think they just got
like,
tired. They were kind
There's
I think I
kind of that
pointed
way
it out
forward.
during the show, and then these guys got mad at me because I was supposed to act like that always happens in every one of our shows. So I gave it away.
Yeah, so if anybody comes to our show, feel free to dance.
yeah, we get excited.
Am I moving on, or are we good on that one?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take another
We'll take the
break.
time machine back. For anything else.
We're gonna listen to 2 more new tracks to the show. We're gonna hear from Actual Wizards and their song "Space Fever," and then "Applauding Your Misfortune." Boring Dystopia is the name of that song, and we will be right back. Hey, it's Bill again. We are headed into segment number 3 with the Right On Warriors. You just heard 2 new tracks to the show. They were Actual Wizards, Space Fever, and Applauding Your Misfortune song, Boring Dystopia. And now we're going to get into the part where I ask some real different questions. All right, so I have 2 questions. One of them's kind of been tarnished recently, but I'm going to ask it anyway. It's the official Build a Scene question, and that's, what is the best pizza you've had? Nope, that's the unofficial one. I'm going to finish it, though. What's the best pizza you've had because you're a musician? So it could be at a recording session, at a rehearsal, on your way to or from a show, at a show, at somebody else's show.
Sounds pretty easy, right?
Wait, did that get that got tarnished? You said?
No, I asked the
Oh,
wrong
okay.
question. That's the unofficial
okay.
question. See, that's how much I
Waiting
don't
for
want to ask it.
Wow.
We played a show at Local 724, which is in Beaver Falls, and
I love
it was
that place.
it's such a
It's
cool,
tiny,
like,
but such a cool idea.
yeah.
Bring
such a-
earplugs.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really loud. It was very cool.
What?
We got all our stuff set up, and there is a really good pizza shop like a couple blocks away. So we walked down that street and got one, but you couldn't eat there, which was weird. So we were like just lurking outside, and we had to carry the pizza back to the venue. And then we realized like that took a long time. We were like, oh man, we got to go on. So we all like shoved the pizza in our mouth, and for me, it totally burned. Like it was really good, but it absolutely burned my mouth.
You could have went and
She doesn't
stood
sing
in
though,
the
so it was
world's
Yeah.
brightest car wash. That car wash.
The
across
car wash.
street.
Yeah.
Well, that was the only time we ate pizza, I think. So that's probably it.
Yeah.
We tried to next to a Remedy, but their line was so long that we couldn't get one in the
Yeah.
time for the show.
That's probably the best pizza around since it had such a
Had
long
a long line.
Yeah.
Place
Nice.
next to Remedy, yeah.
All right, so here's the question that kind of got tarnished. It's, who's your Dave Grohl? And, I picked it because he was like seen as this all around great guy, and recently he came out and let us know he wasn't. So the reason I asked the question is the Foo Fighters and Dave tend to bring people up on stage out of the crowd and ask them to come up and play with them. So who's like, is there a band that you would like to go up and play with? And is there a specific song you'd like to play?
Iron Maiden.
Any particular song?
Did you go see?
Yeah, I just saw them on Friday. I tried to get on
You
stage. Maybe The Trooper, because there's like a really cool guitar harmony mostly throughout that song. So we could do 3 or 4 guitars harmonize that part. I could.
I'm
take
still
one.
learning your newest harmony.
Yeah, you could jump on with us. We could do 5 guitars.
You can tell Matt writes all the guitar harmonies for that. That is a good question. I mean, mine's too easy because it'd be Bruce again. Like, what I think is cool about Bruce is that he joins other bands. So I love that he'll, record with like punk bands and, like blues and all different types of singers. I think that is the coolest thing. So maybe Bruce will join and play with Red On Warriors. Sing a verse or two.
Maybe Bruce is the one I need to try and target to get on the show, because I was targeting Dave, but Bruce has that Joe Grishecki link, so
Yeah, exactly.
maybe I could get him.
Yes. Yeah, he was just here, multiple shows.
I feel like I'm sitting in my classroom waiting. Who's next?
I know it's weird with so many people. It's like, go, go. I want to like.
Anybody else want to
facilitate.
tackle that one, or should I move on?
I was going to bring up Avail, but we already talked about them. So go ahead.
I was gonna say I haven't been a drummer long enough to feel like I could go drum for any of my favorite bands yet, so I'll need some more time to get good.
Okay.
They don't normally invite drummers on stage, do they? They
Only the Foo Fighters.
It's not like an extra drum set normally.
Well,
You
they
could be a
did
child.
invite that young girl up. What was it? Bindi, something like that. She was, during COVID, she challenged him to a drum off. I don't know if you guys saw that. And then she's been up on stage with him a couple times since. But,
Yeah, you have to be like a virtuoso.
what was that?
I said you have to be like a virtuoso 9-year-old drummer, so that leaves me out.
Or like a band, like the OCs. Like, isn't that a band that has 2 drummers? There's
Yeah.
2 full kits. Like, yeah, maybe they'll let you like get on one of them while they still play.
Yeah,
I feel like I saw the Melvins and they had 2 drummers and they were completely in sync the entire night. Like they looked like a mirror image of each other. Anyway,
There's a small Moose Lodge, like a block from here, and they have like a corner that they set bands up in. And I wish I could remember who it was, but I saw a local band with 2 drummers play in that little space.
That's impressive.
It echoed a lot.
yeah, most bands have trouble finding one drummer.
and we play small stages around here, and there's not hardly even room for 1 drum set, let alone 2. That's crazy.
Let's see. So this question has it's called the Diesel Beast question. They're the first band I ever asked a question. They're from Denton, Texas, and clearly they're like a folk rock band, right? They were metal.
Diesel
In case you
Beast.
missed it. Yeah, Diesel Beast.
I was like, what?
That's the heavy folk rock.
Yeah.
That's what they
So,
do in Texas, I
I
guess.
asked them a question, and they gave a great answer, and that's why it got named after them. But basically, I'm challenging you now because I'm going to tell you their answer afterwards. So the question is, if you could play anywhere on Earth, it could be a non-traditional venue. It doesn't have to be, a stadium or something. With any band on Earth, where would you want to play, and what band would you want to play with?
I would play in Texas with Diesel Beast.
That's a great answer. I feel like I want Family Feud. Good answer.
So any venue any type of venue, any band.
Yeah, it could be anything.
And we would be playing with them.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Are they still in existence, or are they?
You still have a DeLorean. I haven't taken it.
We have the DeLorean. We have the bench. We have some pizza. I mean, I've seen so many bands in the last few months here in Pittsburgh that I was like, man, this would have been amazing. Like the Buzzcocks, for example. Just saw Soul Asylum, the Lemonheads. Every time I'm like, like wishing, like, well, it would be awesome to be on this bill. Right here in Pittsburgh at Spirit or Mr. Smalls. Those are my favorite places.
Cool.
You said anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm picking Pittsburgh. Jim.
What?
I'm picking Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. On top of an Aztec pyramid, Dinosaur Jr.
Oh, no, that's way better.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
I was gonna say, I think My Morning Jacket plays a show like every year in Mexico. Like that's close. It's like a Mayan pyramid. That would be pretty cool to play with them. It's like so hard to think like outside of like reality. I'm like,
Bands play a lot on cruise ships these days.
No
I also
crap.
like the big like Wembley Stadium, just some massive place, or like, Nebworth, some giant Glastonbury. I don't know. It would be cool to play like one of those huge festivals. We have gone to just like we've gone to like Shaky Knees is a festival they have in Atlanta. It used to be kind of like a trip we would take with our close friends every year just to get together. And just playing an outdoor show like at night, with a band that's like really epic. I think that would be like a dream. The last gig of the night in a festival.
I've always wanted to play at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Denver just because it's really cool. So it doesn't matter who we're playing with, really. I would take any band that can play there. I'd be happy to open for them there.
Okay, did we get everybody?
I didn't go, but I mean, I think it would be awesome to play at Stage AE outside. Just sticking locally, globally, like anywhere fabulous outside would be cool. Roman Coliseum would be great.
Did you think you'd get 2 Pittsburgh answers for the?
Yeah, we're like homers.
All right. So, do you want to hear Diesel Beast's answer?
Yeah.
So they want to play at Stonehenge with Dio.
Nice.
Matt, you could have
Yeah.
exactly the same way.
Yeah, Resurrection being part of it is pretty awesome.
My response was maybe that's what
Unlike-
Stonehenge is there for. You have to press them in the right order, and then Dio shows up.
That would be amazing.
We used to try to cover Dio, Holy Diver. I shouldn't say try. We pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Don't
so-
play the.
Sorry. If you're just tuning in, we're winding down, but I want to remind you that we are talking with Right On Warriors here on episode 747. I'm going to give them 2 more questions, and then we're going to ride off into the evening. So I'm going to point out one more time, right below me in the video, linktree/right.on.warriors. You can head there, find both the albums that we played music from tonight, shows, other podcasts they've been on, their social media. Is there anywhere else that I should point them to?
No. That pretty much
Get up
covers.
and talk to us.
That question didn't count either.
I was like, I got that one.
So the next one I hope is pretty easy, and it's what's up next for the Right On Warriors.
We have a show. What is it? November 22nd. Mixtape Madness at Mr. Smalls. Brian from Red Lines asked us to do it. I don't know if people haven't been to a mixtape show there. It's, I think, 8 bands, 2 10-minute sets each, 5-minute changeovers. So it's supposed to be like a live mixtape. So we're excited about that. We're going to play, I think, like middle of the night and then end of the night, but doesn't matter. Whenever you come, there's going to be a lot of amazing bands playing. Rebel Revolver, Red Lines, New Kink, Walker and the Rebellion, Casino 6.
It's like a memory challenge.
Yeah, I have another one. Funky Lamp. My job is whenever we play, I thank all the other bands we're playing with, and we'll be on a bill with like 7 bands, and I'm staring right at one of them. I'm like, and we'd also like to thank, and just completely blanking. Not that they're not awesome, just because like, I don't know. I got a buzz in my ear, I guess.
I've been doing that all night. In case you missed it, I haven't called one of you by name except for Monica. And I think I have Jim next to her, right?
Yeah, Jim. We also have a show December 13th. It's not announced yet, but we're trying to play again at Green Beacon Gallery, which is like one of our favorite venues. Phil is the man. And that was actually our first place we played. So it's like some of us grew up near Greensburg. And so that is like such a near and dear place to our hearts. I think that'll be the 4th time, I guess, that we played there.
Yeah, I was wondering if that one if we know anything more about that. But
I think he's still
Friday,
doing the lineup. We're also like going to record our new album next year. So we have the live album that we recorded back in May at Orbsby with Paul, which has some of our new songs on it, but we'll have 12 new songs to record, hopefully in the winter, and put that out next year. So we're excited about that evolution of our songwriting. It feels really good to have a bunch of new songs. We've been trying one out at every show, hopefully with good results. So new album next year.
Cool. Have you ever watched the now I'm going to completely blank, Hot Ones, where they ask the celebrities questions while they're reading? Oh yeah. So at the end of that show, he does that. You have this camera, you have this camera, you have this camera, blah, blah, blah. So you guys have the one camera in front of you, but one of you just take a moment and tell the listeners why they should come check out one of your shows. And now it's going to get quiet. Like,
if there's ever a basketball hoop, I'm going to try to hang upside down from it.
I mean, we're 3 guitars. We have tons of energy. I think that's like what we're trying to bring. Like our sort of thing is we're going to show up on time. We're going to give it everything we got. You know, we're going to watch all the other bands and really enjoy the scene and just like, you know, this is like our dream to play shows and with our friends and to have a blast. So we hope that energy is, you know, catches on to other people. We were hoping they're dancing and having a good time. And we just love the scene and love the camaraderie. And like Pittsburgh is such a great place to play. So you get to learn new bands and have a good time.
Cool.
If you think about it, like, honestly, when have you ever regretted going to a show? Never. You only regret not going to a show. And shows, local bands, whether it's us or whether it's not, we're going to go see some of our friends' bands on Friday. They turn into kind of a party. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody talks to everybody. It's just on top of seeing awesome bands, as Monica said, high energy. You can dance, whatever. Like, you know, you get to know nice people as well by being at shows.
Cool.
And you get stickers. So
yes, I have stickers too. So if you see me out, I have Music from 412 and Build a Scene stickers with me all the time. Ask for them.
Oh, I need those
because I forget.
I'm trying to cover my whole case. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to cover our entire cases. So, like, we just got Ripley stickers at our show because Jeremy from Ripley was there, and I was like, "Wait, you have stickers?" But anyway,
we love stickers.
Hey, so I am gonna have to cut you guys off because I'm down to 15 minutes to edit and get the radio stuff ready. I'm going to thank you for hanging out with me on 747. Sounds like we're on an airplane. I do have 2 more tracks we're going to play. One of them is brand new to the show. I kind of caught it after I think I was supposed to. It's from 13 Occult, and the song is All Hallows Eve. And they sent it to me right before
we love that.
And
that's our buds, 13 Occult.
And then we're also going to hear Steve Hawk and his song Where My Heart Is Roamed off of his new album, 9 Hells. And with that said, we are going to head out for the evening. Make sure you go check the Right On Warriors from their site, linktree/right.on.warriors. And always, as always, go to the show and visit musicfrom412.com, buildascene.com, and find out what's going on in the Pittsburgh area. And with that, I am going to tell you Have a good evening, and we're going to listen to those last two tracks.